What is flapping feather fluffers? This is Can Rant. We're just two toucans with two tall cans who can rant because we got two tall cans. I'm JD.
I'm Jeremy.
And yeah, today we got three comics to talk about. Some Middle West, some Justice League Dark, and Undiscovered Country.
You're not going to discuss the fact that we missed a week?
Everybody knows already.
I would just like to point out there was a very important comic that came out in that week.
Called John Constantine.
The Hellblazer.
Oh, yeah, how was it?
I'm excited. The art's taken me a minute. It's better than that weird 8-issue run that they did, but I don't know if it's as good as Rebirth yet.
Like wait, there was an 8-issue run?
Yeah, there was this weird part where New 52 ended, and then they were like, oh yeah, we're going to bring it back and give it to this Ming Doyle or something like that. And then... You good?
Yeah, which one of these is my mic?
This one.
Can I hit this and mute it? Is there a way to mute it?
No.
Oh, you just
No.
gotta do this.
Yep. So, the end of the New 52 into the Rebirth, they gave it to some dude, and I don't remember who the artist was, but I did not dig it at all. It was very, I would say manga style, but just not as good. Like, I don't know, I'll have to show it to you. I was not impressed.
Why didn't you bring it down and have it on the table here?
Because I just was concerned about the new one, and you asked why I was, all uppity about the art. I didn't think about that beforehand.
Oh,
anyway, it's good. I mean, they're going to tie it into Books of Magic for a while. I have a feeling John's going to be a character, but he is getting his own book. This is just the introduction. You find out he's, come back from the dead, and...
When did he die? Or what is their story for him dying?
I don't know. I don't remember the end of Rebirth off the top of my head. I have a feeling it has to do with something of that, or the fact that they had to bring him back. Maybe they're kind of looking at the continuity of...
oh, no, continuity.
JLD, I don't know, but...
Did he die in the original Justice League Dark?
No. But I'm saying maybe they know where this is going.
Does he die in the Hellblazer series?
I don't know. See, that's the problem. I'm not at the end yet.
Oh.
I'm not at the end. I'm still waiting on trades. So, and this is one
so spoilers, he could die.
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose I could Google it, but I've been kind of wanting to...
don't Google it, no.
Yeah, but I'm kind of wanting to experience it as they come. I'm a huge fan. I have all of the original run trades that are out at the moment. Actually, I think I'm missing one. I'm kind of behind on buying trades. Well, no, the newest one. I didn't get it when it first came out.
Why not? You can just cut all this new shit, go pick it up for $1 a month later.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You'd have the thing that's actually important to you.
Okay, valid point. That's another topic. We'll discuss it at some point. But anyway, I'm excited for it. I mean, ultimately, it was just a teaser. You're not going to get a whole hell of a lot, but basically, it introduces a pretty interesting concept of him
he's got to fight
living
Hunter, right?
multiple lives. Yeah, part
Hunter.
of his thing is he's like, I should have killed you because this is what you turn out to be, but I didn't kill you, and now you're fucking, yeah. Because we have this whole Books of Magic thing, which I really don't care about because there's a different plot point in there that was way more interesting to me.
And which one? The Constantine one or the
Hellblazer, the new Hellblazer. There's like a whole other kind of really sticky wicket that...
Stick the wicket, what is it?
Well,
Pitch it to
like
me.
I said,
I heard this book is bad. I heard the guys from Comics Conspiracy, one of them read it and instantaneously put it back. Gave it back. Bought it, read it, and gave it back to the shop because it wasn't good.
I thought it was interesting about the fact that, it introduces the idea that they're into And maybe that's where they have a problem with it, but like they introduce the concept of like multiple John Constantines. Like he essentially meets himself
Oh.
as if a different timeline had occurred. Maybe he didn't get into magic, or maybe he didn't do X, Y, and Z. I don't know. What did they say was so bad about it? I'll fight it.
No, they just said there wasn't anything interesting happening in it. That there was nothing redeemable about it.
Well,
And Cy Superior, who is now Simon Superior, their favorite writer, wrote it, and it wasn't anything good.
okay. Well, again,
But
this
that's their
is
opinion.
just like an introduction. Like I did say that, I don't know, maybe like a minute ago. Like I didn't expect a whole lot to happen because they're going two different directions with this. They obviously want to bring them into the Books of Magic world, into the dreaming.
But he
I'm
showed
not-
up in the first issue of Books of Magic.
Yeah.
So they don't need to bring him into it. He's already there. And isn't this Books of Magic another story that already happened? Like there was already a previous Books of Magic.
Yeah.
Right? Did you read any of that?
No, I did not. I've wanted to. I just have not been able to find the trade on Amazon, and I only saw it once at a comic shop, and I didn't pick it up, and I'm not kicking myself in the ass because it wasn't there the next time I went.
Was that at Powers?
Yeah.
There's another sale. You could try it out then.
Yeah.
Black
yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
And Saturday if you want to go.
Yeah, we'll see about it. But
There's gonna be animals there. On Saturday. They're doing adoption stuff, apparently. So there'll just be animals running around.
well, you just gave me a reason not to go.
But they're cute, adorable things. Or you can go Friday when they're signing with some guy.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I didn't really expect this issue to do much other than to bring the character back. I was more curious about the art. I honestly think it's really hard to judge a series by a first issue when they're trying to lay down some groundwork and just reintroduce the character to the world, especially because they do this with fucking Constantine all the time. Do they need to do it? No, but I still think there is like what Stan Lee always said, make every comic, write every comic like it's someone's first comic. So there has to be some groundwork. They're trying to lay some groundwork. I think it's going to go two different directions. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, the Hellblazer, his own series, goes in its own direction, and they have the Books of Magic shit separate from it. Just my hope.
Well, what's going on in Books of Magic right now that would correlate to the Hellblazer that just dropped? Like, what's Tim Hunter doing? Did he ever find his girlfriend?
Yeah, she came back, and then his mom shows up for a while. The Cold Flame, which, if you've read Hellblazer, is a thing, or Justice League Dark.
What's
I think
the
they
Cold
show
Flame?
up there. They're just like a group of evil magicians, evil magic.
And they're trying to steal magic from
Yeah,
other people?
Yep. And then I don't know. There's that. He's trying to fix his dad. He gets back from Fairyland with that chick. You find out that this chick has a boss. She's kind of the one teaching him magic. I don't remember her name, but she has a boss, and she's like, "You need to take care of this, or I'll take care of this." Essentially, not verbatim, but yeah. I don't know. I already knew he was going to be in Books of Magic before the Hellblazer even came out, because at the end of the Books of Magic, or at the end of all the dreaming shit, there's a little synopsis or little teaser of the next issue. It's like, oh yeah, John Constantine's back in the Books of Magic. Stay tuned. I'm like, oh, okay. So clearly that's why they're introducing him in the dreaming line, and then he's going to get his own Black Label series. That's why I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that they're two separate things, kind of like the Batman Justice League Dark, which...
What was the synopsis for the Hellblazer? Or
At
don't you
the end of
remember?
it didn't really say.
Oh, I don't know if you had checked
No.
the solicitations to see
Oh,
if it
no,
was
no,
like,
no. See, that's, I don't know. I'm kind of one to, like, I don't like watching movie previews. I'd rather go in blind and just experience it.
but it was
Just
for
an
issue,
opinion.
just issue 1. Sometimes it's good to know.
I hold a lot of faith in the character. I'll read it, even if it's hot garbage. I mean, I'm reading, like, old, late 80s, early 90s Swamp Thing that is not anything to write home about, but I love the character, and it's a fun adventure. I'm not as critical as some people are about their comic book writing. Like, it could be hot trash, and I love it. What did we read the other week where I'm just like, oh, X-Force.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is
You
fucking
forgot.
awesome. I loved it.
I
And
still
you're
haven't-
like, that is hot garbage, and I'm not finishing it.
Yeah, still haven't. I was gonna
And
try.
that's cool. And that's cool. Again, I'm more along for the ride. Like, to me, it's a form of entertainment, and I watch shitty movies sometimes because I like them. They're funny or whatever, you know. There is something to be said for. And the other thing too, like, it's fun to read like the really deep comics, but it's also fun to just like kick back and
Bear Shark.
yeah, I mean, just read some garbage, I guess. And then saying it's garbage kind of is demeaning because I honestly think it holds a place. I mean, you can go out, you can watch your Saving Private Ryan or like these really fucking great dramas that are all escaping me right now, like Scarface and, you know, these great cinematic pieces. And then you can also go and see, this is going to be a bad example, but, you know, like Medea or Pineapple Express. That's a good example. Pineapple Express.
That's Medea.
Yeah, that, you know, that Tyler Perry dude that dresses up as a chick. His character's Medea. It's pretty popular. There's like 20 movies. It's
What?
garbage. It's
I've
terrible.
never heard of it.
Yeah, I've never seen one. So nix that. Like watching a Pineapple Express or, I mean, Big Lebowski's kind of a cult classic. I don't know, Dumb and Dumber, Ricky Bobby. Like, I don't know.
But
there's
those are meant to be comedies.
comedies. Okay, what about like? Well, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Never mind. You just watch a shitty movie because it's fun.
Well, yeah, the B horror movies are all about that. Final Girls. That's a comedy horror, but it's. Have you ever seen that?
No.
It's really good. It's pretty much Last Action Hero, but horror movies.
I don't know. It doesn't even have to necessarily be
Or
like a horror.
Zombievers.
Yeah, the Zombievers
Zombievers.
was good.
Well, no,
I enjoyed that.
Or like bad science fiction. There's
Yeah, bad science fiction. I mean,
intentionally bad.
yeah.
It just depends on whether that's the intent of it or you're actually trying to be serious with it.
Or like action flicks. I mean, I hear John Wick. I mean, it's not anything crazy, but it's a fun ride.
Yeah. It's actually a comedy, if you didn't know that.
I did not.
Yeah, it's slapstick.
Okay. At the end of the day, it all holds a place. And sometimes for me, like, getting all wrapped up in that stuff just doesn't make any sense. I'd rather just enjoy it for what it is. Is it the greatest Hellblazer I've ever read? No. So far, no. But,
Have they fucked up Constantine?
no. He comes back to life. He wants his silk cuts and a pint. I don't think it's a pint. He asks for something else that tastes like shit. Some shitty drink. So that's
so it does
there.
feel Constantine-y.
He feels Constantini. He gets the cigarettes. He's smoking. You know, I was a little afraid. And
He can smoke in comics?
See, I was a little afraid because that did go away for a while and it was kind of weird.
Oh no, that's how it is in Legends of Tomorrow. Every time he tries to get a cigarette, they always like take it away from him.
Yeah.
And it makes sense in the context of a TV show, kind of, but it's also one of his traits, and that's his whole arc. He has cancer. He has to smoke.
Yeah. I mean, that is a big sticking point. I know I was pretty upset, you know, with the Justice League Dark when, spoiler alert, he lost his demon blood. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that is a huge part of Constantine, who is he without that? And
Without demon blood? See, I didn't even know he had demon blood.
well, that's what was keeping him alive. That's why the cancer didn't kill him. That's why earlier in the JLD, in this current JLD run, he was like, he told Zatanna, he's like, I'm done for without the demon blood because the cancer's back.
Mm.
That was, I believe that was a big part. Well, I guess not like a big part, but like it is in the movie. And when you read the comics, it's the same thing. He strikes a deal, he gets the demon blood. He knows if he has demon blood in his veins, the cancer can't kill him.
What does the demon blood do?
Technically, I don't really know. It's just, he can't be killed. I think it's because the only thing that can take him is that demon, and then he tricks him in a different way so that when he comes to collect on that debt, he can't. You know, that's like the big thing with Constantine. Like, he's always out trying to help somebody else, but at the end of the day, it's him first. He sacrifices a lot of people. He's a trickster. Which sounds really dumb, but that's what he does. You know, he gets himself like backed into a corner, and when you don't think he can move anymore, all of a sudden he like tricks a demon, and now that demon can't do shit unless he goes through this demon, or he sacrifices somebody else in place of himself, and he's just constantly buying himself more time, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
So if he was actually to be a virtuous hero, or he was actually thinking of other people, not himself, that would break his character, or would that be a redeeming quality?
I think it'd be an evolution in the character.
But could he still be Constantine?
I don't necessarily know. I mean, you can look at JLD, and he threw himself in front of there. He didn't know he was going to lose the demon blood, but I think he put his friends before him, his friends, comrades, I don't know, whatever you want to call them. He put himself out there and lost the demon blood, and now he's kind of a sad sack a little bit. He wasn't in any issues.
He showed up in.
Well, yeah. I know, and this was early on, you know. And when we were reading it, my complaint to you was like, so nobody's gonna talk about the fact that he has cancer, like you rip out his demon blood, which, you know, maybe the cancer was cured, maybe there was nothing to it. But then you like gloss over then you give him a panel that basically is like, yeah, I'm gonna die now because the cancer's back because I don't have my demon blood. But we're not gonna talk about that anymore.
Did that come up in the one shot at all, or he just came back from the Hellblazer one that you just read? Does he or does he not have demon blood?
I don't know. That did not really come up. That's why I'm wondering if like that whole thing is foreshadowing into what, like,
happens in this run of Justice League
Yeah.
Dark? He's gonna die in it?
well, I mean, you don't get that vibe that, like, okay, so number one, you know, we can talk a little bit about news. You sent me that they're leaking a new timeline, which means they're going to blow everything up again. Justice League Dark is coming to a head. Or, I'm sorry, not Justice League Dark. Justice League is coming to a head, which means Dark, Odyssey are going to start coming to a head too.
Wait, that's what I was gonna ask you. You think that's gonna happen? You think Justice League Dark is going to end when the whole Justice League thing ends? It's not gonna carry on? Because if it doesn't carry on, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
I am too, but honestly, man, I don't know that it will.
But they haven't even started dealing with the other kind. That's what they're called, right? The Upside Down Man.
No. But they're going to blow everything up.
But that doesn't mean that it can't keep carrying on. I mean, there's still stories to tell. They haven't really dealt with the whole fact that the other kind have destroyed hell. They've destroyed all of hell.
There's a lot of things they haven't dealt with. Like, what the fuck's going on? Now we have the Parliament of the Flowers, Swamp Thing. I don't know. Everything.
What happened? What happened to
everything.
Swamp
Like,
Thing?
I don't know if this, like, Year of the Villain event, like, came out of left field and everyone's like, whoa, hold the fucking pump the brakes here. Now we have to, like, cram this all in real quick and then we'll come back to it. Like, there was a lot of shit in this book I mean, we may as well talk about it. Like, there's a lot of shit in this Justice League Dark run where it's like we introduce something and then 4 or 5 months later we reintroduce it. Cersei's another good example. Like, they go to Cersei very early on, and you think that there's something going on. And then I want to say there was some sort of event or some shit going on that all of a sudden we veered off, and now we're in fantasy land with Bobo and his mentor, fucking, what's his name?
Yeah, I don't know.
And then that shit all got fucked up, and now they're going after magic, and now, all of a sudden, now Cersei's back, fucking with Wonder Woman, gonna take over all of magic, kind of acting almost like the Lex Luthor of Justice League, in the fact that, like, now she is gonna become the all-powerful, which, okay, it makes sense for you're the villain, but I'm like,
But you don't think that actually
We-
fits in?
it does,
I've
but
been
we
waiting
have
for a
been.
villain.
Well, no. But hold on. What I'm saying is, like, they introduce this shit, or they introduce a concept. Like I said, fucking the Parliament's gone. Okay, now, like,
No,
in
it got
this
changed.
issue,
It got changed.
well, okay, the Parliament of the Trees is gone.
Right.
Now, in this issue, you see Swamp Thing again, and he's like, spoiler alert, a fucking wad of mush.
Yeah, what happened? What happened in 15? I don't know why he turned into nothing.
I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it's because he can't actually go into the green right now because there's no Parliament anymore.
Oh, and Woodrow kicked him out
Yeah.
of it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So you have all this shit that you did very early on, and then you took this weird turn. And, like, a lot of it was all set up by the witching hour. Okay, so
Yeah,
that was.
I'm glad these components are coming back.
I do too, but I think there was too much time in between, and I still think some things aren't being addressed because now all of a sudden, I don't know. I just get the vibe that when they started all this, nobody knew when DC or Didio was going to be like, "Yup, reboot," and now that's what the company wants to do again.
But it seems like this
And
is
now
all
we're
stuff that
gonna-
Snyder's been building up to. Because this entire Justice League Odyssey, Justice League Dark, this is all coming on the heels of Dark Knight's Metal. So
Yep.
this is all stuff that he's been orchestrating.
Yep.
And Tinian's in cahoots. So this
Yep.
is all coordinated.
Yep.
So they all knew it was going to happen, this reboot, rebirth thing.
My question is, did they? Did his plan change?
I think Snyder kind of runs it right now.
I don't know. I honestly think. I don't know.
Snyder's made them a boatload of money.
I get that.
Dark Knight's Metal
that.
is the reason I came back.
I get that.
I think it's the reason you came back too, somewhat.
That's really why I came into, like, DC proper, maybe.
Yeah.
Because, like, I was always fringe. Like, I really dug Vertigo. Like, I've said it many times, Swamp Thing and John Constantine, Hellblazer are my fucking jam. That's my fucking bread and butter. And I think there was one time I was talking to you where I'm like, yeah, I was, like, looking through all my trades and my comic books and shit. I didn't realize how much DC adjacent shit I had.
Is all DC.
Yeah. And then you were like, well, dude, fucking check this shit out. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to give Batman a chance. I'm going to start dipping my toe into some of this shit. Because up until then, like, I wasn't into any of, like, big name DC heroes, I guess you could say. I was pretty anti that. I would...
Well, Hellblazer and Swamp Thing are pretty big name DC.
Well, yeah,
heroes.
they're big name, but they're Vertigo. And
DC.
at that time, up
But
until
Vertigo
that point,
is DC.
yeah. Well, yeah.
You didn't
Yeah.
follow tights wearing superheroes with their name on their chest and shiny glory aspirations to save the world. You wanted your dark broody superheroes.
Well, and
anti-heroes.
I mean, Metal introduced me to, like, Damian Wayne and, like, other characters.
Who you love now?
Oh,
for
yeah.
some reason?
Yeah, no, I dig him. I really like Damian Wayne. That was good shit. The first Batman stuff I started reading was the New 52 because I thought the Court of the Owls looked really cool. So that's what I started with. And then I went into Batman Incorporated because I'm like, Damian's cool, and I had to find out why he died. I still need to get the original Batman ink. Maybe get some Batman and Son and whatever else.
Batman and Son?
I think that's one. I feel like I've heard that before.
Batman and Sons.
Yeah, well, Anyway, I dig Damian's character. He's funny. He's fucking quick-witted, smart aleck. I dig that. I think, in a way, it's kind of like he has some of the humor that Constantine has, just like the dumbass remarks or the smart aleck remarks that I can relate to. I like making those remarks. But yeah, I mean, this most recent issue of Justice League Dark definitely brings a lot of the stuff back to the forefront again, which is
I've
nice.
been waiting for forever, man.
Yeah,
that's why I hooked you up. I don't remember what issue it was. It was like 4 ago, maybe. It was 12 or something. That one that I just gave you, because everything was coming back from the Witching Hour when Woodrow showed up, and it was all like a Swamp Thing.
Yeah, well, that was that annual, I think.
What was it?
I think so. Yeah, and that was awesome. Like that was very good, even though I had to read it in the basement during a tornado.
What?
Yeah, I
You're
went to
reading
bed.
a horror comic during an actual horror?
Dude, I laid down in bed and started reading that, and all of a sudden the tornado sirens came on, and Kai's like, and downstairs is like, "Hey, Dad, we have to go in the basement. The sirens are on." It's like, "Oh yeah, we do." Shit. So yeah.
But I mean, if there's any way to go, it would be reading Hellboy. For me, it would be Hellboy. For you, might be Swamp Thing or Constantine.
And I think that's around the same time too that they actually got out of that I don't want to call it dream world, but like that other world that Boba was supposed to be in charge of, but like fucked it all up.
Mydra or Miria or something like
Miria.
that.
I don't know. I didn't.
No, that arc kind of makes sense because that was removing one of their escape options that they would have.
Yeah.
For when the undead people come.
And I mean, you had a rise of some villains in there with Naboo
and now he's a hero. He's on the team. Or Dr. Fate is.
Yeah. Naboo's like kind of locked up yet. They brought Calypso back, which is pretty cool.
Who is he?
I don't remember, but he's in Justice League Dark. There's like a whole issue dedicated to him when they did the New 52 villain thing, where like one issue was like taken over by the villains. And that was about Calypso. It was really cool. Or was that Future's End? I don't know. There was a cool Constantine one that I wanted to hook you up with because it was like all Egyptian and shit. Anyway,
hook me up.
Yeah, I gotta find it though, man. So yeah, this one. I mean, it's cool. It's definitely starting to bring things up. I kind of saw it coming, just the way Justice League went, and Batman. No, not Batman. Detective Comics. Like the end. I mean, once this shit started happening, like every ending of a DC comic lately has had that symbol in the sky, because they're all now going to get into there. So now it's the year of the villain.
Yeah, everything else.
I thought this was a summer event.
No, it was building up.
Oh, okay.
It was all building up to the year.
For the winter event.
Yeah. No, because next year is the year of the villain. They just had to do the 6 months pregame. Set the stage. I think it would have been better if that symbol at the end would have been the Cersei symbol, or the Hecate, or whatever. It was pretty trippy. I thought they saved Wonder Woman at the end of this.
No! Fucking Cersei's diving into her, man.
She's diving in, but
no,
there is that
dude,
chance.
I fucking saw. Dude, that was fucking plain as day, dude.
You can hope. No, you gotta hope that the heroes
man.
win.
No, I saw that coming a mile away.
I was just hoping. They blow their load though very quick or tip their hand.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. I mean, and obviously, like, Bobo and.
Yeah, I dug Bobo and this other guy running around, Khalid.
Yeah, they have no clue what's going on. They're trying to find their partners. Meanwhile, like, Cersei's wreaking havoc. Just my mind, they're gonna be the unsung heroes. They're gonna come in and do some fucking crazy ass shit. Bobo's gonna figure something out because he's a detective and whatever.
And detectives drink. That's the only information he imparts on what
Maybe
makes
that's
it.
what I should be then. Huh?
Yeah, that's maybe what you should be. Maybe that's why Batman sucks as a detective. He's not drinking enough.
I don't know. Yeah, could be. I
Although
just figured like Detective Chimp's just like the poor man's Batman. Like, here's a detective, dude.
I think he's better as a detective than Batman.
Yeah.
From what I've seen so far.
Yeah. Mad Bat's all fucking crazy.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean the art has been phenomenal throughout this whole run. Like I've been really happy with the way the characters look. I like Constantine's look. That's important to me. Swampy's looking good, even though he can't really fuck up Giant Vegetable. But
well, it looks like they fucked it up here. It's just like
yeah,
the pilot's not.
Well, yeah, he's dying because the green's gone. Well, it's not gone, but now it's the flowers.
Constantine shows up for 1 page, 2 pages.
Yeah. I still am curious about the cancer thing, though. Like, are you gonna do something with it, or?
Well, if they don't end it, they have plenty of opportunity. I really hope they don't end it.
Dude, everything I like gets ended.
Well,
and this is one of
start hating
those.
this.
This is one of those things. It has all the characters I love. They're gonna fucking end it. That's just like this Hellblazer thing. I don't know. I honestly am surprised that Dreaming, like all those books are lasting as long as they are. Because normally it's like, hey, we're gonna do something really cool, but we only have like 12 issues, and then
12 issues can be a good story. That Whispering Dark was only 4, and it was great.
yeah, but I'm saying like you have these characters with long histories that are like
Miracle Man, Mr. Miracle.
Yeah, I get that, but like Hellblazer ran for 200 something issues.
I thought it was 300.
Okay, 300 issues.
Pretty sure that's what the wiki just said.
In the original Vertigo run. Okay, does he die at the end? Did you look?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna. If I looked, I'm not gonna ruin that. That would be a dick move, man.
Three.
How long have you been reading that? You want me to tell?
Three.
Does John Constantine die?
300 issues. That's monthly. That's been running for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why can't we have that? Why?
Because all the publishing places have changed now.
At least give me some legacy numbering. I like that Marvel does that.
Well, yeah, I think that would be cool. That's what's kind of interesting about the King ending his run and Tinian taking it over. That they're not changing numbering. They're just going on.
How much you want to bet they do?
Case of beer, they don't.
I have seen, huh?
Case of beer, they don't.
I have not seen anything that says they're not.
That they're not renumbering it?
Yep.
Did you listen to that one interview?
No.
They're not renumbering.
Okay.
They're just going.
Okay. For what? Month, maybe 2, and then they're gonna reboot the universe. Every time they reboot it. Okay, so there's a couple things. There's a couple things at play. No. Hold on.
But no one has said they're rebooting the universe.
I think they're going to soon. 1, 2. There's a couple things at play. There's sales in number 1s because everybody's like, oh, I gotta get the number 1. Number 2, that's their way of trying to make it easier for a casual fan to get into comic books. Instead of buying issue 368, you don't really know if it's a good place to start. If you start everything over every so often, then somebody can jump on.
But I just think there just has to be enough hype. That was the reason I even got back into Batman when Catwoman and Bruce Wayne were gonna get married.
Yeah,
like,
and then you
oh,
went
hey.
back and got all that stuff, right?
Which is good for them, because if it would have been a number one, I would not have gone back and bought 49 issues plus all the other stuff.
The trades and everything.
Yeah.
I get that, but at the same time, like, that's their business model. That's all comic book industry's business model. The only difference between DC and Marvel is Marvel's actually keeping the legacy numbering, but it's not on everything.
But if they're going back to legacy numbering for Wonder Woman for one issue.
Awesome. Let me guess, it's like 500 or 1,000.
I think it's 750.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
See, that's why. That
Because
when it's
milestone.
convenient, yeah. When it's convenient or a milestone, yeah. I don't know. That's a side rant. Anyway, I thought Justice League Dark. I mean, this most recent issue definitely got real. Definitely upping the stakes. Definitely playing into Snyder's God run. I don't know.
What's going on in Justice League right now? Like,
same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, shit's getting mad real, and
did they get out of the
symbol
mirror
in the
universe?
sky. Oh yeah, they all came back.
That's kind of lame. If every issue has been having the symbol in the sky, it just sort of.
They all came
detracts.
back, and then Hawkgirl blew her load early, and then they fucked it all up. So Lex Luthor got the power, and then there was the symbol in the sky.
So what is Constantine, Bobo, and Khalid's move? Like, what are they gonna do?
Glad you asked
To
that.
fight Cersei. You got ideas?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't have anything. I don't get it. Like, I don't know why they don't know where everybody else is. I don't remember that. What's their move? More than likely, John's gonna come up with some deal with some devil, some demon. Maybe this is how he gets his demon blood back.
Oh, he talks to Man-Bat. He finds Man-Bat. Man-Bat makes sorts of crazy concoctions. Maybe he can get something to cure cancer. Or put it on the side. Infuse him with whatever he injected himself with to turn into that crazy-ass abomination.
I hope it's not that. No offense.
I'm just going off the cuff. This is one of the things that I don't really think about too much.
Yeah.
I just go along with the ride, but
yeah.
now I am kind of interested. No, because I have a feeling Zatanna and Nabu or Dr. Fate and Wonder Woman just like pissed off to do their own thing without telling these guys this was going on. And now things have gotten mad real here because Man-Bat he talked to the blue kid, whoever the blue kid is. Do you know who the blue kid is?
No. And Solomon Grundy.
Yeah. That blue kid? You don't know who he is?
No clue.
Shit. Well, he imparts fear for whatever that's worth. How do you not know him? I thought he was like just JLD magic stuff.
Again, man, I gotta reread it. I'm rereading Guardians of the Galaxy right now, dude.
Oh.
Which is really good. I forgot, Bendis and Superman, or Leviathan, and, that shit is cool, but, Bendis on Guardians was pretty bomb. Sidebar on that one.
Did you get the last tab?
No, I heard it sucked.
Did you? God damn it.
Yeah.
I got the first issue, because the art looks awesome.
Yeah, there was, a couple, reviews online that I read. There was a CBR one. I didn't put a lot of stock in that, but then I don't remember what I was on, but they were like, yeah, this is something, just not good.
Alright. Well, I picked up the first issue. I didn't subscribe to it or anything.
Alright.
I'll give it a go.
I was going to say, if it's halfway decent, toss it this way, we can talk about it.
I heard Basket Full of Heads. This one is good.
I don't know. I
grabbed it too.
I got the free sampler and I never read it. I don't know. Once I found out it was Stephen King's kid, I'm just like, oh, yeah, okay.
I heard it was good. People were saying this guy did something called Lock and Key,
Yep.
which is apparently one of the best horror
Yep.
stories.
That's what I've heard as well. And this whole Hill House thing, I just was like, oh, DC, I thought you weren't doing imprint shit anymore. Oh, wait,
No, they
so
do.
it's Black Label, but we're gonna create this own little imprint under that. Which
No, I
is
think they're
Hill
doing
House.
imprints. It wasn't Vertigo something different? Character or creator owned imprints are okay. It's whatever Vertigo you call it. Publishing house, separate publishing house, right?
Bring back Vertigo.
It is. It's Black House or Black Label.
Hashtag bring back Vertigo. Hashtag fuck Black Label.
You already know they're gonna bring back Vertigo. Give
No,
it a
they're
couple
not.
of years. No, give it a
No.
couple of no. Give it a couple
No.
of years.
No.
No, they'll see that. They'll see that Black Label isn't doing as good as they thought it was gonna do, and they'll be like, "Oh, remember when we had Sandman and Hellblazer
I'm pretty
and Swamp
sure.
Thing
I'm pretty
and all
sure the
those
people
things?"
who were on there that got kicked off and like all the fucking bullshit they went through are gonna like give them double middle fingers. Especially if it's Didio asking for him to bring it back. They're just gonna be like, huh?
Well,
yeah,
no, you just
fuck
gotta
you.
wait. You gotta wait.
That's
for
what I
Didio
would
to
say.
be. You gotta wait for Didio to get canned.
Yeah. Okay, then maybe, and I'd still give them double middle fingers. I'd be like, you motherfuckers, you shut us down. Fuck you. We went and did our own thing, which is what I think a lot of people are doing. What's his nuts is pissed off at Marvel. Who is that guy? I can't remember the writer. Like, he's legit fucking pissed at Marvel for some shit, too.
Current writer, old writer.
Like, he's been around a while. I can't remember what he did. This is not great podcasting, but like, dude's fucking legit pissed. And like, you have all these like other independent publishers coming up. Like, oh fuck, man, Boom has been putting out good shit for a while. I don't know about you, but like,
the only Boom thing that I read was Something's Killing the Children and Six Gun Gorilla.
okay, there's that stuff. I've read some other stuff on Boom.
I had recently gone through the entire Boom website on what they were soliciting. I didn't see anything that I had read recently. They had a bunch of cool covers and stuff of things that I would be interested in checking out. I don't have them on hand at the minute to let you know, but they definitely look like they had good shit going on there.
Vault Comics is pretty good. They've been putting out a lot of shit. Pretty sure they do Test, which I've been hooking you up with.
Yeah, you didn't
which
hook
is
me up. You didn't hook me up with the most recent. I guess I
5.
was.
I didn't read it yet.
Oh, okay.
I've been busy, man.
Yeah. Oh no, I got you.
Vault has been good.
That's why I was reading comics at your house today before the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, Vault has been good. When you have all these other, and like, it's almost becoming like the music industry is. Like, anybody who's got a computer can now put out the digital content and write the comics. I know you've seen that in manga with, like, One Punch Man started as an online thing, right? I mean, this is now becoming a thing where, I hate to say it, but, like, DC and Marvel are going to have to start, like,
But they have
actually
the
listening to
ability.
people.
No, they have the ability to pump out real great stories, but what they're doing is they're just trying to push out as much as they can with, like, the bare minimum. You pay, because they're going with that whole, like, franchise idea. People will buy Batman, but we don't want to pay very high quality creators to do it. We'll just get, like, average run-of-the-mill people, push it out with the Batman name on it or the Superman name on it. People will buy it. They're trying to, like, cut their costs while trying to make the most money, which isn't going to work. Because you have Curse of the White Knight and White Knight, great fucking Batman stories, but they're not continuity. How, like, they can tell really good stories, but they're trying to nickel and dime it so they come out ahead.
And what's crazy is, you buy any of these indie comics, there's not a fucking ad in them until the end. And you're paying the same price or less in some cases.
Right. Which is really annoying.
So like I said, like, I get what they're trying to do. I just don't know that business model works anymore. It maybe did 20, 30, 40 years ago when they were the only two in town. And they owned
But they
all
kinda
those,
still
but
are.
they owned all those indie things. now, and this is just like the music industry. Like the record companies are dying too because you have these people that are, I shouldn't say dying. They're trying to buy up all these people now. Like the music industry is changing. These people are getting famous on YouTube and then going and fucking getting these big record deals. Anybody can make music. Like that's not anything.
But it's
There's nothing holding people back.
It's gatekeeping.
It is.
Like, if you get your shit
But that's
published by
okay.
DC
Okay.
or
Okay.
Marvel,
Yep. But there's a lot of these people in the industry now that are giving them the double middle fingers and being like, all right, we're going to start our own thing. I had never heard of Vault Comics. There was some other book that I bought too where I told you about it. I told you the publisher, and you're like, I've never even fucking heard of that. And I was like, neither have I.
Ahoy Comics.
No, it wasn't
That's
Ahoy.
one.
But yeah, but there are so many. Like, everybody's pumping stuff out. Like, in my opinion, they need to change. I think them killing Vertigo was kind of bullshit.
Spicy noodles.
Oh, nice.
They smell good. Spicy noodles in the house.
They look like a very big ramen dish.
So, but yeah. Anyway, what's our next one? Which one we gonna do? We gonna do the Middle West, or we gonna do the what's it called? Undiscovered Country. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna take a break.
Beer break. All right. Stay tuned. Brought to you by Spicy Noodles. Back from the break, realized we didn't plug in the soundboard to the computer, so the first hour is going to be a little rough.
I was just gonna start it over from the get-go. Like,
No.
pretend that whole first hour didn't happen.
It was a good hour.
It was. But,
Deal with the static, bitches. If you
yeah.
made it this far, you
now
did good.
now you get the actual good sounds.
Yep. So now we're going to talk about Undiscovered Country.
Pushed out by Image, written by Scott Snyder, everyone's favorite DC
Also
writer
Charles
at the
Soule.
moment. Oh, who's Charles Soule?
He's pretty good. I like him. He did some Swamp Thing that I really enjoyed in the new 52 run. He's been around.
Has he? Oh.
Yep. And there's some other stuff I've read by him too. Can't think of it off the top of my head. My apologies. I just read this tonight digitally because my copy did not arrive in the mail yet. But
When's it
side
gonna show
note,
up?
I was really bashing Midtown last week or 2 weeks ago. It will be here on Tuesday. So massive improvement because it just came out this past Wednesday.
They heard the
They
podcast.
heard it. That's what
They're
I'm
like,
thinking.
oh God, Jeremy's pissed at us. Welcome, our
That's
best
what
customer.
I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I might have to tell him, hey, I'm doing a podcast. I need this shit on Saturday. That really wouldn't help me either. But give
Well,
me
we
free
could-
shipping.
We could just do it on Saturdays then too. Then you have a couple hours to read.
Yeah, depending on when the mail lady gets here. Anyway,
They're not constant here.
She's very consistent.
she's consistent when she wants to be.
She's here at 10 o'clock in the morning every day.
Except Saturdays. She's late on Saturdays.
Is it
It's
her
usually
on
about
Saturdays?
11 o'clock. Yeah, it's her. Sometimes it's a dude, but mostly it's her. Very nice lady. Usually
no,
catches me
1
reading.
hour.
In the summertime, I'm out there reading comic books, and she's like, hey, good morning. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, I had that too. With
Yeah.
our mail lady.
I prefer not to talk. Just me, but anyway. Undiscovered Country.
Do you go to the mailbox and get the mail, or do you?
No, I wait for her to walk away. It's too awkward.
Really?
I was.
Yes, I do.
I was out there the other day and she came up and I was like, oh, I'll just take that. Like, I walked up to her and grabbed the mail.
That's how I do it.
That's
if I see
weird.
'em.
No, that's weird.
I come
They
up
have a
with my
job.
book.
The postmaster would be pissed. He needs to. He, she, whoever needs to deliver to the mailbox. I think it's against protocol. You made her break protocol. They don't fuck around. It's a government agency.
She was delighted to give me reading material. She's like, now you have something to read.
While you're freezing your ass, watching
You
me fucking work, rake leaves, by myself. All right. Anyway.
You have to rake leaves.
Our tree does its thing real late. It fucking blows, dude.
Well, no, this winter is weird. I haven't seen.
Winter, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
it is
fucking-
winter, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've had plenty of fucking snow.
And the leaves aren't even off the trees yet. Fucking.
No, it's
ah.
crazy. That first snow, like, motherfuckers are dropping leaves like crazy.
Yeah.
All right,
Undiscovered country.
topic at hand. Where do you want to start? You fucking lead this. I thought it was super fucking cool. You probably thought it sucked.
I did.
Fuck, man, come
I
on!
was real disappointed by it. I mean, it proposes some very interesting.
I mean, if you want to get
notions.
political, this is definitely a commentary on
Ah.
where the country is going,
I
where the
wasn't
United
even-
States is fucking shutting itself off from the rest of the world, double middle fingers.
Yeah.
And then introduces some
Did you-
aliens just for
Alright,
or
well-
some sort of weird shit just as a twist.
So I'll just tell you my thoughts, cause I got about to here when I started driving over to your place. So in like these first couple things, like this is a good 10, 12 pages where they're introducing certain characters, right?
Yep.
I don't give a shit about any of these people. The only person I do kind of care about was this guy, the bald head dude, the pilot, who I think is the pilot, right?
Yeah, I think that's the pilot.
This was the only interesting character that showed up, just the way he was talking. He was just,
Agreed.
like, I get it. You're a hero. Me too. From one hero to another, it's a pleasure to meet you. I don't know. He just had a certain levity. Like, just the way he was talking made him more interesting than the other people that had been going on or been talking. And the scientist chick, or this doctor, like, the only reason she has that blue streak of hair is to add personality to her. I don't know. That opening panel where it shows all 7 of them sitting there, like, I don't know. In my head while I was driving here, it was like, I don't care about any of these characters whatsoever. None of them strike me as interesting whatsoever.
Agreed.
I don't. But these are your main protagonists. You're supposed to care about them.
How do you know that?
Because they're the first people that they show you.
That doesn't mean shit.
That means everything, especially since after the rocket comes and hits them and they crash, they're
In
the ones
United.
who
Well, you gotta
live.
fucking put some context to it, man.
Yeah.
They crashed in the United States of America.
Right, which is now overrun
Basically,
by fucking crazy.
Whoa. It sealed itself off from the rest of the world, so nobody knows what's going on in there.
Was that
That's
a choice
a
they
pretty
made?
big thing.
You think
Yes.
the government made that choice?
Yes.
They weren't coerced to do it?
Yes. I mean, they said as much.
We don't know any of the rules of this world. Right now, the sky is falling, which is
Yeah, I get that.
such an
I get that. I get
on
that.
the
I get
nose
that. I get that.
fucking thing. It's kind of eye rolling.
Yeah. Yep. That's why I said it. This seems to be like a political commentary on our world, which, depending on where you lie with that, you might want to avoid this book.
You think it is very heavily political?
Oh, yes. Dude, the fucking, they're talking about, at the end, or somewhere in there, they're talking about China cashing in on their debt, and
Oh, yeah,
the
that
whole
was-
fucking world going into recession.
Yeah, -8 years. The
Yep.
end, like leading up to the ceiling.
Yep, this is the end. This is leading up to the United States sealing itself off from the world.
Yeah, and retaliation.
The commentary by the alien dudes being, oh yeah, no foreigners set foot on this soil. I mean, this is very
They're not
much,
aliens. They're sovereign citizens of the United
sorry,
States.
they
of
look like
America.
fucking aliens. All right,
Dude,
man.
they're not aliens. They're just wrapped in tinfoil.
And riding crazy aliens.
Hashtag. That was all right. That was kind of. I got to this page where they're sitting down at a console, all talking, getting the mission briefing or whatever.
And this is previous to this is like flashback before they even left and
Right.
crashed.
And this is where I was kind of bored with the story. And then I got to that 2-page spread where they first see all the craziness going on. The guy riding the bison, a person riding a shark for some reason,
Oh yeah,
and other really weird
that's
creatures.
why I said aliens.
It's always fucking aliens.
That's what I said.
That's where I kind of got interested. Because
Again,
Snyder is horror, and that's
again, it's a number one. They gotta fucking set the stage for the shit that's gonna come. But again, I think you're glossing over the fact, like, the rest of the world is like going to hell. Everyone thinks it's all great in the United States because they have this cure, and they get there and realize, well, shit's pretty fucked up here too. They are not dealing with the disease, but the United States has become, like, you find that out at the end too, factionalized, and you have a dude that looks like Uncle Sam, and he needs them to save America.
that was
Yes.
cringe, man. That
Yes.
was hardcore cringe.
I honestly, so I was reading Freedom Fighters for a while, and the main, like, hero-y dude is Uncle Sam, and he's fighting is it the Grazis? They're supposed to be like the Nazis. It's
Are
like,
they the ghetto Nazis?
I don't remember.
Or the
what
ginger
they're called.
Nazis?
I don't remember what it is,
I
but
really hope
basically
they're
this
ginger
is a
Nazis.
world, this is an Earth where Germany won World War II, and the Nazis, or whatever the fuck they call them,
The Grazis.
they fucking took over the world. There's been like 5 fucking generations of Hitler, blah 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 bullshit. They have a superhero named Overman. But, like, I kid you not. No, hold on. Well, Overman's like Superman too. Anyway,
Really?
I kid you not. And I should fucking go get an issue for you to see. He looks just like the dude on this last page.
Well, yeah, that's kind of how you would imagine
This
Uncle
is
Sam to look.
Yeah, but
He didn't.
yes,
look like
I
that.
get that.
He didn't look like
he
it
didn't
in
in his message. No. But,
He
like,
looked
when
like
I
a
turn that
slim
page, when I
KFC
turn
guy.
dude, when I turn that page, I'm like, this is fucked up. This is fucking stupid. That pissed me off.
This
I
page?
laughed. I laughed. I'm like, are you serious? This is what you're going to do? And it's just like that poster that you saw as a kid learning about World War II. Uncle Sam needs you. And what does it say? What does it say? My name is Sam Elgin, and I want you to save America. Fuck.
They should have just said Uncle. You can
My
name is Sam. You can call me Uncle.
This is a huge political statement on what's going on in the world right now. I don't care what you say. I don't know how many months ago they wrote this shit, but, like, this really feels like a fucking thing. Because the United States is, like, almost combusting in on itself. Like, people are factionalizing. You have all these different groups that are hating on each other. Like, violence is getting out of control in the world. You see this map and how there's all this spiral into the United States. The United States is fucking right now. They're, like, pulling out of all these treaties. They're fucking pulling out of this and that. We have a president who's fucking doing crazy shit. Don't care if you agree or not. But, like, this is
Hey, we're not
a
pulling out of
ramped-
treaties. We're pulling out of agreements that will be good if you be good treaties. We're talking about the Paris
there's that.
environmental one.
There's that. There was something else he pulled out of. We're pulling out of Afghanistan. I mean, there's a lot of shit
which
going.
we shouldn't have been in the first place. Is how the story goes.
Again, I don't even want to discuss it. This
You don't want to talk politics in a political comic? Talking about politics?
dude, you were like, this sucks, and you're like, you really think it's a commentary? Like, you're, like, not even thinking this is political.
Oh, no.
This is purely political.
wanted a
and I
comic.
don't know how I feel. Yeah.
I wanted
Yes,
a horror comic.
Yes. That is what I'm saying. Like,
But we just got Mad Max with fucking, I don't know, Disney Mad Max is what it looks like.
Oh, you're going Disney.
I was-
wasn't gonna go Disney.
I was
but
gonna go. I don't know. It's what do you put with their writing? They're breaking all the rules of proper physics. Like, why are they riding a shark? Why are there giant beetles? Something happened in the States.
Oh,
that,
by the way, they're in the desert.
yeah, like no, it's Mad Max.
A
but-
shark whale thing out of water.
Yeah, and piranha carp and some weird alien snake raptor things.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I read it. I'm like, the cheese factor's up there that I kind of want to follow it. Now I feel invested because I bought the first issue and I'm like, well, what happens? Where does it go from here? Like, how much cheesier can you get? I don't know, man.
It's disappointing Snyder wise because his American Vampires like is pretty good.
Have you read it?
Oh yeah, it has depth of characters and actually reconstructualizes how you would.
But
be
did you
viewing
get
the
that-
Wild West?
Did you get, like, okay, so this is the other part that everyone has to think back to is like, are you sitting down and reading 6 issues at a crack, or are you reading the first issue and then waiting? If you read first issue of American Vampire, or is that what it was?
Yeah.
American Vampires? If you read that first issue and stopped, would you have gotten the depth of character? I don't think you can create that much depth in one issue, just personally.
But you can actually add appeal. This one, like, I was gonna debate carrying on with it, but I don't know. After talking about it, it just seems very. It doesn't seem to be as appealing as something's killing the children.
Yeah, not much happened in that first issue either.
Yeah, but a lot happened in here. It was a big information dump, but we have stakes now for these characters.
That
we
is
have,
something you complain about.
We have stakes, having
Yeah,
stakes for characters.
yeah.
I complain about characters having stakes.
Yeah.
For not having stakes.
Yeah.
Wait, so I'm saying I should keep reading this because I know they have stakes?
No, you complain. That's been a complaint of yours where you're like, I'm reading this and there's like no repercussions. There's no stakes for the characters. What's at stake?
Yeah. Well, no, instantaneously.
I don't have any specific example where you said that, but like I'm just saying like that is something you complained about lacking in some stories.
Like we could go with like Justice League Dark. Like their stakes are the universe is gonna get destroyed, but we already know the universe is not gonna get destroyed because it's DC.
Yeah, and the stakes always are the universe is going to be destroyed.
Right. Like once you reach that apex, it's hard to
Maybe
tone
that's
back
maybe that's why Vertigo was cool because they weren't destroying the universe all the time.
every other week.
Hashtag bring back Vertigo.
But no, like this group of now 6 people, because the only interesting character got his feet. Well, I guess he's not dead. He got his feet bitten off. So maybe 7. They have to escape America.
dead.
You think so?
Yeah.
Nah, man, because he didn't die on screen. He'll be back.
No, they're going to hang him up from like a post.
He'll be back. He'll just be a gimp.
Yeah, hung up on a post as like a lesson for them. They'll meet him. No, you're right. Because foreigners do not set foot on American soil, eats his feet off.
Yeah.
They'll hang him up on a cross or something.
Dude, this thing is a joke.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. They're going to hang him up on a cross and fucking put him on the
So-
back of that whale shark thing and ride him around like a fucking rodeo clown.
So they got a stingray fucking pulling a semi-truck for some
Not to
reason.
mention the giant fortress driving down the desert.
Yeah, like
Like, they're scared. They're scared, right? That fortress isn't going to be able to fit in there.
yeah, it's gonna
Yeah, it's going to
ramp over
stop.
them.
Yeah, it's going to stop.
Oh fuck, they're all coming here. Oh, they just gotta
No,
climb up.
no, okay. And the other thing where they're like, and he's like, you should, then that dude, the mystery dude, which we find out is Uncle Sam, pops out and he's like, you should come with me. And they're like, well, should we follow him? And the dude's like, well, it's certain death if we don't. Yeah, no shit, dude. Like, you kind of blew your load there. It was stupid. It's comical. That's why I think I did kind of enjoy it, because this is one of those,
This
as
is
we
hot
as we
trash.
talked about before, where it's like you and that last page turn. The last page turn with the dude who looks just like Uncle Sam pointing at you, man. That, oh my god.
Well, no, that's another one of those
Maybe it's the
questions
same
that's-
artist who was on Freedom Fighters. Maybe, I don't know.
And then that's another one that is brought up because you see the. So they got this distress signal from Mr. Colonel Sanders. And he looks nice and pristine. He's got his white suit coat on. He looks dignified. He's explaining the situation to him. And then when they actually talk to him, he goes, "Oh, I never saw at all."
Oh yeah, this
So-
isn't him.
Yeah, but it is him. You
Yep.
think?
Oh yeah.
So that
The
that's one of those.
prophecy, the prophecy said that those two people were coming. So you
Well,
have
that's the
hot
that's the other
garbage with like a fucking M Night Shyamalama ding dong twist at the end.
Well, no. So that's the other thing. Like these two siblings, they have a history. But dude, man, looks so fucking plain. It's annoying.
Wait, which dude, man? The sibling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's
Yup.
generic action hero number 3.
By the way, you don't find that out till 3/4 of the way through
Yeah.
the issue that they're siblings.
Yeah. All these characters are just so plain.
Dude, talking about it out loud, I kind of want to keep reading it because it's fucking hilarious. It's funny. Like, I kind of want to see where it goes. You know what? This book here kind of reminds me of the Brian K. Vaughan book. Fuck, what the fuck was it called? But it's set in Canada, and Canada is like just fucked, dude. Like post-apocalyptic Canada, and there's all this crazy shit going on. Only that was done well, and this is like, I don't know. It reminds me of that. I need to find that book and reread that.
I
See
think
how
I know
many
what you're
parallel-
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about, but I just can't remember the name.
I was super excited about it when it dropped because I had just read Brian K. Vaughan's Swamp Thing where he does the whole thing with Tefe, and I was like, oh my god, this fucking thing's coming out and I can get on, and I was all excited. Anyway, back to this hot piece of garbage.
But the thing is, you don't realize it while you're reading it.
No,
I didn't.
because it's a fun ride.
Yeah.
Dude, I got like 6 pages in, and when I found out the United States sealed itself off from the rest of the world, I'm like, yep, this is gonna be a political commentary on our current political climate.
Well, I kind of already figured that's what it was gonna be, and I figured
I
that's
did.
why. No, I figured that's why everyone was all like, it was picked up instantaneously for movie rights, because you could obviously make some very good commentary about the
Okay,
U.S. pulling
so
out of
we
everything.
need to do commentary on that movie. I'm calling it now. We'll fucking throw it
Well, I
up
don't
on
know
the
if it's
screen back
movie-
there.
I don't know if it's movie rights or TV.
TV,
rights.
whatever, dude. We are gonna fucking do
So,
some commentary on that.
We're gonna
shit.
just follow this one to do commentary on it. All right.
No, we're gonna follow this because it's I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I'm undecided. If there's something better, I will drop it. I'm trying to
So that's
budget.
That's almost.
I'm trying to budget.
It's almost anything.
I cut a shit ton of stuff out, dude.
You could just you could go on like that whatever that website was that you said.
Yep.
You could like remove all the Marvel, all the DC,
No.
take whatever it is, Dart, throw it at any of the indie titles, and you would have a better story than this.
Oh, definitely.
If you're looking for something to cut.
Definitely.
Which
I
sucks.
mean,
No, it sucks so
I've
bad.
been reading a lot of indie shit. There's way better shit than this.
No, the thing is that there is very high artistic writing talent that is going into it. Like, just the fact of how the panels are laid out, like, is... You were saying you were mad because you were reading this.
Technically,
The
it's
technique.
done.
The technique is good.
Technically, it's done well. The art's cool. I dig the art. I have no complaints with the art. The story is lackluster.
It's all information dump because it's issue
Hey.
1.
Page turns are good.
They are.
The page turn,
The
like
panes-
all that technical shit, but like if you want to crack a few beers and do some Can Rants with us, you're gonna find out that this is pretty bad.
I did like the map though. I actually sat and stared at it for a while because I thought it was funny.
Of all the things that you liked about this,
Is the map? Yeah. No, because
it's a good map.
East of West did that too, where they broke down the different territories that were the different kingdoms that now were running the U.S.
Well, and this book also did something that I enjoyed, where they had. Well, I really liked it in House and Powers, and they've kind of done it in the X-Men books, but like where they have this explanation of things at the end. In this case, they're kind of giving you all the background into, not a lot, but like how the United States sealed it up, the events that led up to it. You have some quotes by some made up book basically talking about how everything's going to shit. It's interesting. I dug it. I'm a sucker for reading shit.
But see, this one page, this one little top half of a panel showing the map added like just raises so many questions. Like, okay, we know who Destiny is, kind of, but we don't know who he is. But he runs like this area.
Nope.
But then you got the Code Lands. What are those? The new people. Okay. The Purple Mountain Kingdom. Oh. Tempest Toss.
And how did they get factionalized like that?
No, that's the question. And then you got the Shining Sea, and I kind of only cared about that because fuck, Wisconsin apparently now is underwater and there's a serpent.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. Boom, Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, we're all underwater. Illinois.
No, part of Wisconsin. This is Minnesota. The UP is kind of underwater. Most of Wisconsin. Minnesota's still there. I'd say half of Wisconsin. We would be underwater for sure.
And then you
like
got Fort
Michigan
Knox.
said, "Fuck you."
Fort Knox is obviously okay, and it's an integral part of
the red glare,
which is interesting. Like those are questions that they just showed. They just show in one fucking panel.
Okay.
That adds contextualize the entire fucking world that they're building, which is amazing.
Based on that, buy or no?
On this panel?
Yeah.
Buy?
Whole book. Buy or meh?
Meh.
I agree.
But
this one might be one where I steal it online. Just because I want to see what kind of a hot mess it gets into.
Yeah, well, no, it definitely has a hot mess feel. Like, I guess there is a political message, but I'm not smart enough to understand it.
No, it's just a commentary. Okay, maybe political is the wrong way to put it. It's a commentary on what the world is becoming today. People are fighting within. That's represented by the map. You have all these different factions very clearly. Uncle Sam saved the other people. Clearly, these tinfoil dudes are not cool with Sam and his gang. I think it's a commentary on the world factionalizing now. The left, the right, the extremists, the racists, the people of colors.
So you're saying that
this is all a commentary on that.
It's commentary on what's going on right now.
Yes.
This is like an overglorified political cartoon.
Yes.
So shit is going awry in Asia, in the EU.
Yep.
The sky's falling.
Yeah, I mean, Brexit.
It's something in the air. It's just climate change.
Yep.
And the only people that have the answer to it is the U.S.
Yep.
But we're so insulated in our desire to go to space that we have created our own imaginary vehicles for propulsion to protect ourselves. and we're actually living in a Mad Max dystopia
Under a force field.
under an air force field.
Yep. Again, it's interesting. It's just, and it's technically done well, but like
No, that's the thing that's
the
pissing me
story
off right
falls
now.
flat.
Yeah. Because it's Snyder. I thought he was better.
It's fun. I mean, if you look at it,
I don't even know how fun it was. Visually, it was fun.
it was. I thought it was a ride. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You said boredom. I was kind of feigning to kind of get through some of it. I'm like, 37 pages.
No, that's what it is.
This is a lot of shit. Well, that's what it was on the page turns.
Oh.
I didn't read the interviews and stuff. So that's what, like
Oh,
4 or 5
origins.
pages. So you're still looking at 30-some pages. I didn't look at that. That's about how they picked the font
The
for
logo.
the title. Yeah.
Oh, that's a kind of cool thing. I'm not gonna lie. Cause you go like through.
That was dumb.
Mm,
Oh, and there's also how they picked the cover. All
Oh,
the
that's-
different covers,
that's
and
cool.
they.
No, that's cool. That's the whole artistic thing. What I really
Nah.
did like. What I really
Didn't
did
need
like.
it.
What I did like about it was, especially with the cover that I have, like they went into all this hard work trying to decide what's going to be the best cover to put on it. And then they like, all right, we've decided on this awesome one where Canada, Mexico, top South America, they're all red. The United States and the ocean, they're white. Our Undiscovered logo is going to be background in blue. And then the cover I got is the 6 people walking across the American flag. So all that hard work didn't matter whatsoever.
You're gonna have to vamp. I want to know what cover I got. I don't remember which one I picked. I think that was maybe you got the variant.
Yeah, this is a variant one. There was a cool thing that happened where each shop could try to get their own. Each comic shop could get their own cover drawn onto something.
I got the same one. Fuck.
Yeah. No, it's a pretty lame cover. Especially after, well, like both covers are actually kind of lame. This guy looks cool, Destiny. I'm assuming that's Destiny.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think that's the guy? You think that's the other guy?
Based on how this comic went, you ain't even gonna see him in the book.
Ever? No General Destiny?
I don't know, man. I'm torn right now. I kind of want to follow it just because of what it is.
Well, no, now it's weird because like I'm sitting here looking at how many word bubbles I read and how none of it really.
Yeah,
led
it's
to
dense. It's word dense.
Yeah. But I honestly don't remember any of these characters' names. Except the bad guy. And Sam. Good old Uncle Sam. Or Sam Eugene. Elgin.
Elgin. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say I'll think about it. If there's room in the cart, it might fall in. Otherwise,
It's once a month.
digital.
But this was picked up so quick.
Well,
I mean,
and
they
like
gotta
the
have
shroud of
something.
mystery and like all the articles about how great it was gonna be, and we have this big fucking new idea, and yeah, it's funny.
I don't know.
For comedy aspect alone, and for this discussion, I dig it.
I was
Like I said-
expecting something so much better.
Well, at the beginning, I was like, I kind of like this, and
Now
I'm
you
like, but you probably hated it. I did like it just for the sheer fact, and then I remembered I bought it and read it online. Yeah, I don't know if I need this in my collection though. I don't know if this is gonna fall into the greats. You know, it doesn't. doesn't give me that vibe.
No.
But
Have you? What's like a greats then?
don't ask me. The Saga of Swamp Thing.
It doesn't feel like a Walking Dead #1 at all.
I never liked Walking Dead. I read the first trade. Just never really got into it.
The first trade was amazing. The first trade is awesome. That makes how it got to where it is now like understandable.
Did you read Last Days of American Crime yet?
Yeah. I gave it back to you already.
Did you? Don't remember that.
I thought I gave it back to you.
That's great.
No, yeah, that was a good story.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. And that's a commentary on the world. Not necessarily political, but like kind of political.
Yeah, but
from like a governmental control.
But they
I'm just saying like compared to this.
Well, no, there's a difference. Like that one had a story. I don't remember. That one was subtle. That one was so on the nose with its title, but then subtle with like the implications of what was going to occur and how that will affect regular citizens by having the government just be like, yep, from tomorrow on, crime is now illegal because we're going to alter your brain waves so you can't actually commit crimes. This one is on the nose with the title, and it's on the nose with all the story commentary.
No arguments. I'm just saying.
And I'm saying like
you asked me what's a great.
And yeah.
And like I'm just saying like I was trying to think of something comparable because there's obviously a very different thing between like an indie comic or a superhero comic or like I know you really like Hellboy, so I'm sure you could name some Hellboy issue or trades or story arc that is like very, very monumental to you, because I honestly think some of that is subjective. Comparatively, Last Days of American Crime, I think is like really on the nose, comparable, something like this, and that was done great. The first issue, if you look at the first issue alone, and
but
I honestly,
did you read it one issue by one issue?
No,
or did you just read it by...
No. But I'm just saying, if you took the first issue of that, like you said, the subtlety, the way it drew you in, the way that it all came together at the end, which maybe this does come together at the end. Maybe it doesn't. Like, this has a lot of cheese factor.
There is no
This
end
has
in
a
sight.
lot of cheese factor
no
that
end in
I am
sight for
surprised that Snyder fucking threw in there. The fucking whale thing, the Uncle Sam thing, I don't know, even like the no foreigner steps foot and then he eats his feet off.
No, that was a kind of cool line. I would go with it, but it doesn't fit with fucking Mary Poppins happening above it.
Or the giant fucking rolling citadel that's gonna come and get him.
Well, it was just like they like, how can we make this as crazy and over the top as we possibly can without adhering to any sense of like congruous history that was, because now
it would have been way cooler if there was like the Mad Max vehicles are cool, but like what about like Navy SEALs or like snipers and like that type of shit? Like you did not need people riding around on fucking animals that eat people.
No,
you know what I mean? Like there are other ways to do it that are a lot cooler and a lot. I don't even want to go for the realistic factor. Maybe they fucking created these bomb-ass weapons, but like that alone, like that page turn, like it's a cool page spread, but when you start looking at it, you're like the first thing that came into my mind, I'm like, are we in Looney Tunes land?
Well,
like this is ludicrous. This is like you're painting a very realistic picture of what is going on in the world. You think, this world, like the sky is falling. All right, we got some sci-fi shit. You got the contagion factor. You got all this shit, and now you inject like these random ass. You call them Disney. I'll call them Looney Tunes characters. Like,
it totally, I thought, took you out of the book for a minute, where you're like, wait, what? I did not like that.
Well-
It's a cool page turn. It looks pretty, but once you actually look at it, there's a lot of like, what the fuck are you doing? You are like pulling from way too many different things. Like,
That
to
was
me,
the only panel that got me invested until looking at it.
to me, if you want to write a story like this, like you are writing about how the United States is like closing itself off from the world. You are writing about how the rest of the world is going to shit. Meanwhile, they're not riding fucking whale sharks.
Yeah, they're stuck in reality, unless that's more discourse on the United States mindset right now.
Dude,
We fucking ride around on
to
sharks
To
and
me, it would have been
snakes.
better to see Mad Max Fury Road rolling up than this fucking shit.
I'd have liked it better if there was
This
some, like,
almost feels like Shaolin Cowboy.
it would have it would have been better if there would have been some sort of rule set that they adhered to. Like, you can't have sea critters. I don't even know what you would call that.
Again, Shaolin Cowboy. Clams. I don't know.
You think they're clams?
I don't know.
They look like bed sheets just tied onto, I guess, clams, jellyfish. I don't know. There are no rules to this. It's just we have fucking colorful critters.
But
pulling our
that's the part.
vehicles.
That's the part that confuses me, because if you read it, everything up to that, there
Makes
are
sense.
rules, and it makes sense. And like, you're in this world, like this futuristic post-apocalyptic. No, I don't want to even say post-apocalyptic. That's fucking stupid.
Well, the U.S. is
In this world going to shit,
the
whale
US is
shark.
yeah.
Like, I don't get it. There's some dude riding a carp. I just saw that.
Yeah, there's carps, there's snake,
Eels.
raptor things. There's like a fucking troll
I'm out.
putty thing.
I'm out.
It just doesn't make any sense. They have an actual animal riding the hood of this car. They got beetles.
I'm out.
And it's fucked up that the only thing that kind of makes sense is a person riding a bison.
Coming next month, Undiscovered Country #2.
No, because the people look terrifying. Wrapped up in their tinfoil.
I don't know, man. I'm not. The more we talk about it, the more I'm like, meh.
You're out until number 2.
I don't even think I'm going to pick it up.
Well, then I have to call my local comic book shop and be like, hey, remove Undiscovered Country.
You put it on your list?
Yeah. Because
Did you ask Dave what he thought of it?
He wasn't there today, but I will ask. I don't know, man. I'm very confused right now. Because this one had, like, mad hype. Something is Killing the Children is way better than this.
Fuck yeah, dude. Keep vamping. I'm trying to pull up and see if Dave did a review on it on his Facebook page. Hold on here.
He does reviews on books?
Yes, he does.
Oh. I don't really ever talk to him that much. I talked to him like one time, but I think he thought I was a comic skater because that's when I was reading a bunch and listening to a bunch of comic skatey things. So our conversation was,
I mean,
sort of meh.
you were kind of comic skatey. All right. Let's read what Dave says. New comic book day, new and noteworthy. You know when you read a first issue and you get that feeling you're in for the long haul? This is one of those books. Stellar creative team and equally stellar concept. Definitely check this one out, Dean. I kind of want to go up to Dean and be like, "What the fuck did you see in this book? Because I don't see it." And then there's a synopsis of the book.
Wait, that was for Undiscovered Country?
Yep.
Maybe we're just...
Oh, no, that's Dean. Who's Dean? I thought his name was Dave.
Fuck you, Dean. We don't want your opinion.
Yeah.
Get out of
Who
here.
the fuck is Dean? I thought his name was Dave.
It is Dave.
Okay, then we need to have a conversation with Dave about Dean, because Dean is fucking up, dude. I need to meet Dean and be like, what? I don't know. Sometimes they have cool shit. Like, I don't know, he's talking about X-Force. Powers Comics friend and all-around amazing writer will be helming 2 X books, X-Force and the Solo Wolverine book coming early next year. It's a slight variation from earlier iterations of X-Force, but that just makes this new approach all the more intriguing. Dean.
The fuck is Dean?
I don't know. I think he works for... I don't know. Fuck you, Dean. Undiscovered Country sucked. Seriously. Have you read any other reviews about this book?
Just clickbait stuff.
And what did they say? It was great? It was phenomenal?
That's why they were clickbaity.
Sucked Snyder's dick?
I didn't read anything that it was bad. I actually wasn't looking at reviews for it. But it got picked up instantaneously for TV rights, so apparently people thought it was going to be the next Walking Dead. But
Well, if anyone wants to ride a hippopotamus, I'll be that. Sign me up. Geeks Worldwide. What do you have to say? This book sucked. Nope. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody's like sucking Snyder's dick. Well, if this flops, he'll just blame it on Sewell and be like, "Oh yeah, he came up with all this shit."
I thought
Oh, hold on. Let's read this. As the first issue, Undiscovered Country #1 focuses on setting the stage for the adventures that awaits, as well as establishing the stakes. Undiscovered Country #1 does both exceptionally well thanks to Snyder and Sewell's dense text and Camulicali's rich artwork. Okay. So they established the stakes. I'll give them that. And they're setting the stage. I'll give them that. Camulicali's detail-rich artwork. Oh, sorry. In only a few scenes, the issue makes it clear that without a cure, the world won't just die. It will die in agony. Meh. I don't know about that. Nobody really said they were all gonna die.
Dude, they got purple stuff.
Now,
No,
hold on.
they
This
totally
is
said.
this is good. This is good. Now, sure, having the world at stake is nothing new to post-apocalyptic comics, but Snyder and Sewell don't lay the grid mark on too thick. Too thick? You had a fucking 2-page spread of fucking weird-ass things crawling across the desert. What the fuck? Mixed with vehicles.
Scaring Oscar.
Instead, the writers save their creative energy for the strange land once called America and that last page turn with fucking Uncle Sam. This is bullshit. Y'all, America got weird. Undiscovered Country #1 presents a future where 30 years of armed isolation has transformed the USA into a strange new world of mutants and warlords. When they put it like that, man, I don't know.
Did they have that twang in there too?
No, I did that
The
because
insert-
y'all. They
insert-
said y'all.
insert
They
twang
said
here.
y'all. This guy says he's excited to see what Undiscovered Country #1 has in store. I will tell you what it has in store. Gimmicky bullshit.
Yeah.
You want to hate on that, motherfuckers? You hate on that. I will fucking fight that all day. I stand behind that. Oh my god. Now I kind of want to follow it just so I can continue to rip on it. Is that bad of me?
That's how you get views.
Ah.
Not even gonna lie. That's how you get them. You find a thing that everybody loves or loved, and you give the inverse opinion on it, and boom, the clicks come in.
All right, well, I think that's 2 thumbs down from us. So, fuck that. You got any suggested reading for this week? You read anything weird, crazy, obscene?
I'm always reading obscene things, but I've been reading Naruto.
Yeah.
And Gantz.
Yep.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, you gotta hook me up with the Gantz.
All right.
Because I've only, you hooked me up with that first one, and I got hooked, and then I never went and got any more myself, so.
Yeah. Well, I got the 3rd trade and then 2 Omni-Buy after that.
Nice.
The 3rd trade's kind of weird, though, because it's setting up all the characters that are going to show up in the next Gantz game. So it's just watching a bunch of people live their lives before they actually go to wearing their suits and killing stuff, which is kind of weird.
Do they ride giant carp or whale sharks?
No, but they fight birds that are wearing robot suits.
You got me. At least manga sets the precedence beforehand that you know anything could fucking happen.
Like, this shit's batshit fucking crazy. Have fun.
Yeah. And I mean, for me,
yeah. How was all the X-Men shit?
See, that's what I was gonna talk about. So, like, I read X-Men #1. I'm gonna follow it because I want to know where it goes, but not a whole lot happened. And then I read.
Was it just a recap?
Kinda. I mean, they're all still partying and fucking, pretty much.
Told you it's an orgy.
Yeah, no, you weren't wrong. So they're kind of setting up for everything. I kind of figured that was gonna happen. Marauders, though, there's some shit happening. Especially because Kitty Pryde, who now wants to be known as Kate, cannot enter Krakoa. She has, like, it's not like shape-shifting ability, but she can, like, go through stuff. So she can't actually go through the gate, which is kind of an interesting concept. And Emma Frost wants to enlist her with the what the fuck is it called? The Red whatever club. Is that what it's called? Fuck.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it's called. The Red Whatever Club.
Fuck you. I can't think of it right now. Too many beers. To basically go around and get supplies for the mutants and / find other mutants that need help, bring them to Krakoa. She's smuggling shit for Logan, like whiskey, cigars, all the stuff that
They can't
Logan
have
likes.
that on Krakoa?
Well, apparently Krakoa can't make it as good as the real stuff.
But it's a sentient mutant island.
Oh, by the way, she gets drunk on her boat, which is pretty funny too. Marauders was pretty cool. Marauders was pretty cool. I'm going to follow Marauders. I haven't gotten X-Force yet. I did order X-Force. I did not get New Mutants because I don't know anything about New Mutants. I think I got X-Men number 2 on the way. Hopefully that starts to, like,
No, because
gain
comic
speed.
like
Oh, and Marauders had what's his nuts in it too. He's really evil and now he's kind of good and nobody trusts
Apocalypse?
him. Yes,
yeah,
thank you.
That's crazy.
Let me guess. Comics Conspiracy was like, fuck yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, like, all the news sites that I've been perusing, they all are talking about Hickman. Like, that's the #1 news.
Oh, Hickman and everything he's doing.
Yeah, like, there are so many articles about X-Men.
Well, Marauders.
This thing happened.
Marauders is about Dugan, or is written by Dugan, which some of his stuff I like, some of his stuff I don't.
Well, it's just his universe that he established at the moment.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know.
I'm kind of disappointed that X-Men #1 was a meh. considering you just read 12 issues of him reestablishing the entire continuity, the universe, the rules, the stakes, what's going to happen, and then number 1 is just kind of
To me, just my opinion, he could have maybe taken the Grant Morrison approach and just strapped you in, considering you had just read 12 issues leading up to it.
Especially because you've read 12 issues of getting invested, and then number 1 is a kind of this is what's gonna happen. Maybe
it wasn't. I don't even want to say
it progress
was that.
the story at all. So
I didn't feel it did.
It was a recap.
Not a recap. I mean, basically, mutants interacting with each other. I guess it's kind of setting the stage for some stuff, some relationships, different shit like that.
But he had 12 issues to do that.
I'm aware.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
sure it'll get better, because those 12 issues were really good.
I really like it. I like X-Men. I love X-Men. Let's just put it that way. I love the X-Men. They kind of hold a special place in my heart, too. Always watched the cartoons when I was a kid. Those were the comics I started buying when I was, like, getting back into comic books again. Other than, like, because when I was a kid, like, I mainly got Star Wars, Dark Horse, that type of shit. So when I got back into it, more of the superhero type stuff, X-Men was my jam. Always liked X-Men. Cool shit. But yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it that X-Men #1 was nothing to write home about.
But it should have been.
Yeah. I mean, right now, even Marauders is kind of... There's kind of like a homecoming thing. Like, there's this camaraderie between all of these mutants that up until the end of House and Powers, where Krakoa was open to everybody and they established these rules, were kind of at odds with each other. Now they have a home. I think it's gonna take a minute for the conflict. Like, there's no conflict. There's no stakes right now, right? You have
But there are tons of stakes going
there
on.
There are in the fact that, like, you now have this world and you want to protect it and blah 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 bullshit. But, like, the stakes aren't real because no one's threatening those stakes right now. They're just kind of establishing the community, how it works, how different people can get around. You know, you have an outcast now. We'll see where it goes. I'm curious about X-Force.
Did they need to establish that? Couldn't they have just jumped into the story?
Maybe not establish, but develop. Develop further. I mean, X-Men #1 has a lot to do with Scott Summers. The other thing you have going on is, like, a lot of these people died. Well, not a lot, but, like, some of these mutants died. Some of your main characters died in, like, the creation of Krakoa and keeping it safe. And then they were regenerated and brought back to life. Like, that's kind of a thing going on right now. So now you have, like, these mutants who are the same people but not the same people, like, kind of reintegrating with the community.
But do they have to reintegrate? I mean, if they're the same person,
but
they shouldn't have to reintegrate into.
I have a feeling that's going to be a sticking point, and that's why they're starting to kind of lay that thread. Let's put it this way. You want action-packed? Don't get X-Men #1. Not a lot of action. Not a lot of action in Marauders #1. Well, no, because Marauders, like, that's kind of cool too, because they have, like, this portal into the Knights of the Round Table time, like King Arthur times. They go back and forth, which is kind of cool. And this bitch is kind of pissed because there's this thing growing in her. There's this, I don't know, she doesn't call it a parasite. It's like a weed or some shit growing in her wishing well or whatever, her fountain of youth or whatever it is. And
it's a very weird euphemism.
Apocalypse breaks it open and shit gets crazy and people get stuck in there and Captain Britain, and go check it out, guys. Seriously, Marauders was cool. I dug Marauders more than X-Men #1 because obviously I can tell you a lot more about Marauders than X-Men #1. X-Men #1 was what it was, which was surprising because that's Hickman. Maybe I should go reread it again. I'll get back to you. I'd read it. That's my recommended reading. And Hellblazer. Check it out, guys.
You have to hook me up with that.
Hellblazer?
Yeah. If it's worth it. If it's not worth it, then
No, I want
I've
you to
got-
read it and be
I've got
like,
tons of other
I
stuff to
don't
read.
I don't get why they said it sucked and they gave it back after they paid for it. Like, that's kind of bullshit, man.
But they are in that shop all the time, so.
Is it Hellblazer #1 on Vertigo? No. Is it Hellblazer 1 New 52? No. Is it Hellblazer 1 whatever that weird fucking thing in between? It's better than that. Is it Hellblazer 1 Rebirth? No. But it's Hellblazer. Like, they're bringing the fucking dude back. You gotta be pumped. Or not.
But you're not pumped about Justice League Dark.
They
brought him back, and they brought Swamp Thing back.
I am.
Both characters
That's the
you
only
care
reason
about.
I bought the fucking book. That's when I heard
But you're
that
not
was.
pumped
Hold
about
on,
it.
hold
You're
on,
like,
hold on,
"Ah."
hold the motherfucking phone. When I heard that was coming out, I went back and bought all of the New 52 run floppies. Fucking got every fucking issue. I'm still missing Futures End #1. But other than that, I got everything. Futures End doesn't play into the overall arcing story of Justice League Dark New 52. I read all that fucking shit before that first issue came out. Because I was so fucking pumped.
You thought there would be some like continuity to it?
No, just because I was pumped.
Oh.
I didn't know about Justice League Dark in the New 52. Until Justice League Dark came out, and I was like, wait, what? There's a New 52 version of this shit? When I started, like, Googling and Wikipediaing and getting ready for the new issue, and I'm like, wait, what? So then I had to go back, and I'm like, I love Swamp Thing, I love Hellblazer, I'm getting this. Got them all. Read them all. Can't tell you a fucking thing about them right now,
But you read them.
but I read them,
Nice.
and they were good.
Yeah, because now anytime I have a question about Justice League Dark, I come to you, the definitive source.
And
you're
what's
like-
my
you're
answer?
like,
I don't remember.
Wikipedia. The answers are on a wiki.
I mean, I remember bits and pieces. The other problem with that run is like they had the Trinity War in there, and I can't find all the other books cheap. I'll probably just go by the Trinity War trade and kind of fill in the pieces there. But like reading it straight through, they kind of fill you in on shit going on. I don't know. So, but yeah, that's all I got, man.
Did you find any good news things?
No.
No? Alright. It's kind of fucked up, though. 2 weeks, you would have thought at least.
I mean, you sent me that leak on the timeline, but you also sent me that timeline like maybe a month ago.
Yeah, but this is the official leak of the leaked information.
Leak
Right, yeah.
in
it's
quotation
definitely-
marks, because we all know who is behind that camera.
Tom King's doing something with Watchmen.
I saw that. I did see that article. I did read that. I didn't think it was newsworthy because I think it's bullshit. He's probably gonna do something with that TV show. And I
Oh.
don't care.
Which is getting killer ratings.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh yeah, Tom King has really done any like TV shows or movies. So he's probably going to be like, this is going to be a new Watchmen comic book, and this is going to be X, Y, and Z. No, I'll bet you $20 he's going to be writing on that fucking TV show.
Huh.
That's just my thoughts.
That makes sense now, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought he was gonna actually do an issue or something with Watchmen, but yeah, because now he's becoming a prolific television and movie writer too. I mean,
Yep.
that's cool. It's not a show I'm interested in, but
I'm not interested in TV. You can ask her. I watched the same fucking show like 30 times. I'm still watching Better Call Saul.
you just need a new show to watch 30 times. You gotta wait for it.
But
to
I'm not. I don't. I'm gonna get crucified for this, but like I don't enjoy. I enjoy. Let me phrase it this way: I enjoy comic books and comic book characters in comic books, not on the screen.
'Cause that's what they were made for.
I like reading. And I understand you can make them do all the things they did in the comic books and you can blah 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 bullshit. I get it. I understand it. I feel ya. It's just not for me. Even watching, like, I watched quite a bit of was that Legends of Tomorrow? Is that what it's called?
Yep.
I found myself like trying to get through that shit. Like, it's good, but like I'd rather read the book.
There is no book of that.
I know,
That's what made it fun.
To me, instead of investing all that money in that, why don't you write a book? Like, you could have done that in a book.
It
and
would not have been. It wouldn't have been
bought
as
the
good.
shit out of that shit. You don't think it would have been as good?
No.
I disagree.
No,
those characters all together, that's fucking cool, man.
But there's a difference between characters and actors, because each individual actor will portray a character differently than what's on the page.
Fuck that.
No, that's seriously how it works.
I get that. Fuck that. That would have been better as a book. I would have read the shit out of that book. You know what? Maybe I'll just read the screenplay.
Alright.
I'm just saying, like, when I turn on the TV, I mainly turn it on as just background noise. Like, I don't sit down and watch something. What's the last thing we watched? What movie did we watch? We just watched a movie on Plex.
I know, I don't remember what it was either. I was trying to think of it the other day. We were talking about movies at work. I don't remember. We just watched The End of the Fucking World, though.
Yeah, we watched The End of the Fucking World on Netflix.
You were like 2 episodes in before you fell asleep.
Was I? I'm impressed because I don't remember any of it.
I watched all of it.
Wow. You were up late.
Yeah, the episodes are only like 15 minutes long or something, though. Like, they were short.
Alright. Fuck, what was that? Oh, we watched Detective Pikachu, dude.
Oh, yeah. We did.
Yes, we watched Detective Pikachu with my kid and realized that he fucking had already seen half of it on YouTube. We're sitting there and he decide like he's telling us like, "Oh, look at that Pokemon. Look at that Pokemon." Our kid is autistic and extremely obsessed with Pokemon. He has a great memory, high functioning. So he's telling us all about all these Pokemon. He wants to catch these Pokemon. He plays Pokemon Go, all that fun stuff. Love that kid to death, but I could use a break from Pokemon. We get to the end, spoiler alert, the dude is a Ditto. And Kai is just like 5 minutes before, he's like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna turn into a Ditto." And I'm like, no, he's not. Like, he's just fucking thinking bullshit. Sure shit. The fucking dude turns into a Ditto. I ask him, I'm like, "Have you seen this movie?" "Yeah, I've watched some of it on YouTube." Alright, buddy. Didn't realize you had already seen Detective Pikachu, even though you really, 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 really wanted to watch this movie. He was into that shit.
Mm-hmm.
He really liked that.
I liked it too.
Yeah, it was a good movie. It was a fun ride. The Pokemon looked pretty realistic. I was impressed by that. I did not like the ending, though. I was kind of pissed that the dude's dad, spoiler alert, dude's dad is in Pikachu, and that's why he could talk to the kid. Yeah. It's a weird movie, though.
It would be good on LSD.
Yeah.
Or shrooms. Or just high.
Yeah. I mean, I was drinking, watching it.
I don't think that's the same. Because I was drunk when I watched it too. Not drunk enough. But I guarantee if you would have been on another substance, it would have been much more interesting. Like, the first half of that movie was was fucking really cool.
Yep.
And then the second half of that movie just jumped the shark. It went into its own entirely different territory that made absolutely no sense.
Well, there was that. I don't know. It was good. Kai really enjoyed it. It was a fun ride. Should have made some popcorn. It's my only regret.
I wanted more Pokemon battles. In a movie called Pokemon, where the entire core mechanic of the game is to be fighting Pokemon, there should have been more Pokemon fights in the movie. And instead...
No, they established that very early on, that the
But
fights
it's
were not
not-
allowed in that city.
But it's like if you decided to make a game of the movie Fight Club, and you're like, we can't have any fighting because in this city we only have our arguments settled by discourse. It doesn't make sense. Like the core component of the Pokemon franchise is to watch one animal brutally attack and maim another cuter, smaller animal. That is the point of Pokemon. And the movie is like, you know that thing that you liked about Pokemon? Yeah, we're just not gonna do it. We'll have story instead.
You know, when you put it like that, I don't know if Pokemon is a very good thing for kids.
It's
All
a
right.
terrible thing for kids.
All right, we are way off topic here. We need to end this. This was a ride. Depending on how we edit this, who knows if you're going to hear the whole thing or not. But
Flip a coin, we'll find out.
yeah, we're just two cans with two tall cans. Who can rant because we got two tall cans? Fuck you all.
Peace out.
Undiscovered country sucked balls. Fight me.